Hello fans, welcome. Brady returns and he's furious. A father-son confrontation that will shake Salem. The calm in Salem is about to shatter because Brady is back. But this isn't the triumphant, heartwarming return that many hoped for. This is the return of a father who remembers everything and he's seething with rage. After months in a coma caused by a gunshot wound inflicted by none other than his own son, Bo has awakened. And he's not coming home quietly. Bo's eyes open not just to the light of the hospital room but to the darkest moment in his family's history, his own son, Shawn, pulling the trigger and nearly ending his life. Now fully aware of what happened that day in Greece, Bo is consumed by the betrayal. He remembers the fear, the heartbreak, and most painfully, the sight of his son's face as the shot rang out. He had just recalled his love for hope, just begun to feel human again after being emotionally manipulated and held captive by Megan Hathaway. But none of that mattered. Because in that one split second, Shawn made a decision that Bo can't forgive, not yet. This week on Days of Our Lives, the Brady family is on the verge of a reckoning. Shawn Brady, long haunted by the moment he believed he had no other choice but to shoot, learns that his father has miraculously woken from a coma that lasted nearly 2 years. What should be a moment of relief and joy turns instead into dread. Because Shawn knows deep down what he did wasn't just an accident. It was a decision rooted in fear, desperation, and the possibility that Bo would kill hope. Now the time has come for the father and son to face each other. And the wounds they carry are far deeper than any bullet. A shot in the dark that changed everything. To understand how we got here, we must go back to that fateful afternoon in Greece. Bo, under the psychological control of Megan Hathaway, had become a shadow of himself. And just as he began to regain his memory, just as the real Bo started to resurface, Shawn arrived, saw his father threatening hope, and made a split-second decision that would change all of their lives. He shot his father. No hesitation. No warning. Just a reflex born from the need to protect his mother at all costs. Hope was devastated. She had just seen a flicker of the Bo she loved return only to lose him again. The reunion everyone dreamed of was ripped away by tragedy. Fans mourned the moment not only because of its heartbreak but because it felt too short, too sudden, and too cruel. After the shooting, Bo fell into a deep coma. Doctors weren't sure if he would ever wake up. Shawn, overwhelmed with guilt, spiraled into depression and alcohol abuse. His marriage to Belle Black collapsed under the weight of his inner turmoil. He left the house, his wife, and the man he thought he knew himself to be. He entered rehab, worked with therapists, and slowly started to rebuild his shattered identity. But no matter how much progress he made, the shadow of what he had done remained. Until now. Bo's awakening and his rage. Bo's return to consciousness was not accompanied by amnesia or confusion. He remembers every word, every look, every heartbreak. He remembers that his own son didn't believe in him, didn't trust him, didn't even hesitate. And that memory festers. Now that Bo is awake, he's not just fighting to walk again, he's fighting to understand how his son could do something so unforgivable. How the bond between father and son could be severed so easily. He is filled with pain, yes, but also with fury. Bo is known for his big heart, his passionate spirit, and his fierce loyalty to his family. But betrayal by his own flesh and blood? That's a wound he may never fully recover from. A reunion full of tension. Hope Brady, ever the peacemaker, tries to orchestrate the first meeting between Bo and Shawn since the shooting. She believes that love can overcome anything, that family ties are stronger than bullets and trauma. But even she is unsure how Bo will react when he sees the son who nearly ended his life. The reunion is anything but warm. When Shawn walks into the hospital room, his knees almost buckle. Bo's eyes, those familiar, intense eyes, are locked on him. Not with love, not with relief, but with a cold, burning intensity. There are no words at first, just silence, heavy, suffocating. Bo's jaw clenches. His hands tremble. Hope holds her breath. And then Bo speaks. You pointed a gun at your own father, and you pulled the trigger. What kind of man does that? Shawn can't breathe. He tries to explain. Tries to say it was to protect Hope. That he thought Bo had lost himself completely. But Bo cuts him off. You didn't even give me a chance. Hope pleads with them both. But this is a moment that must happen. Pain must be voiced. Truths must be faced. And maybe someday forgiveness can begin. Can the Brady family heal? The path forward for the Brady family is uncertain. Shawn is still burdened by guilt. Bo is still trying to piece together a life that was nearly stolen from him, by his enemies and, tragically, by his own child. But underneath all the anger, all the hurt, is still the possibility of healing. This isn't the first time Salem has seen a family torn apart by violence, and it won't be the last. But the Brady family is legendary for their resilience. Hope believes in her family, and she believes that even this rift can be mended. What's next for Bo and the Bradys? Bo's return to Salem won't just be about his feud with Shawn. He is also a Kiriakis by blood, and the family business and its secrets await him. With Victor Kiriakis gone, questions about the will and Xander's betrayal of Philip are stirring up new chaos. Bo may find himself caught between two families, two legacies, and two very different futures. Meanwhile, Shawn will need to decide if he can live with the man he's become or if he can find redemption by truly earning his father's forgiveness. One thing is certain, the Brady family saga is far from over. And with Bo Brady back in Salem, it's only just beginning. Bo and Hope Brady return to Salem. What storylines could unfold, and will Sierra join them? When news broke that Bo and Hope Brady would return to Salem, longtime fans of Days of Our Lives were overcome with emotion and anticipation. This isn't just the return of two beloved characters, it's a chance to heal old wounds and open a new chapter for the iconic Brady family. But what awaits them in Salem? And will their daughter, Sierra Brady Weston, return with them? 1. A tense confrontation between Bo and Shawn. One of the central plot lines will undoubtedly revolve around the reunion between Bo and Shawn after the devastating incident in which Shawn shot his own father, believing Bo was about to harm Hope. Although Bo has just awakened from a coma that lasted nearly 2 years, the emotional scars remain. Their reunion could be filled with tears, rage, and perhaps a glimmer of hope for reconciliation. Bo, known for his loyalty and fierce devotion to family, will struggle to balance his deep hurt with the love he still has for his son. There's a chance he may temporarily leave Salem to sort through his emotions, or he might stay, determined to confront the pain and rebuild what was lost. 2. Hope's mission to rebuild the family. Hope, ever the strong and forgiving matriarch, will likely serve as the emotional bridge between her husband and their son. She'll be under immense pressure to hold her family together. It's possible that she may suggest the family leave Salem for a while to start fresh, far from painful memories and the town's prying eyes. 3. Will Sierra Brady Weston return? A major question fans are asking is, will Sierra return with her parents? Sierra, a resilient and passionate figure in her own right, is currently living away with her husband, Ben Weston, and their young son. However, upon learning that her father has awakened, it's very likely she'll make a brief return to Salem, at least to visit and support her family during this pivotal time. If Sierra does come back, fans can expect some deeply emotional scenes, especially between her and Bo, the father she thought she had lost forever. Her return could also spark new storylines, such as her decision to move back to Salem with her son, potentially continuing the Brady legacy in town. 4. When will Bo and Hope leave Salem? According to many industry insiders, Bo and Hope are expected to stay in Salem for several months, possibly through the end of summer or early fall. This will give the writers time to fully explore the emotional arcs of reconciliation, forgiveness, and renewed family bonds. Once these storylines reach their resolution, it's very possible that Bo and Hope will choose to leave Salem together, not in escape, but in peace. Their departure would symbolize a fresh start, away from the shadows of trauma. But as is tradition on Days of Our Lives, goodbyes are never truly final. The door will always be open for their return, especially when Salem needs heroes like Bo and Hope. The return of Bo and Hope Brady is not just a gift for loyal fans. It's an opportunity to heal, reconnect, and write new stories rooted in love, redemption, and strength. Whether their stay is long or short, their impact will be profound, and their legacy will continue to live on in the hearts of viewers.